guest is in the building right now. He just pulled up on me. Red, what's going on?
What's going on?
Hope everybody is tuned in. I gave him a little time to tune in. In here talking to Real Red, producer. Going up right now in the city of Memphis. Of course, I usually do have, I've been having a bunch of artists out of the city, but I think I only had one producer out of the city, which was AC, and I'm excited to get this one up with Real Red. A little bit of background right now. You and Kevo Muney got a song that just hit 1 million, part of the game. That just hit 1 million on YouTube, like the beginning of February, huh?
Yeah.
And now Black Boy JB and Chopper. Chopper is a new young artist right now that's going crazy. He's hitting 1 million on a couple of his tracks, and right now, him and Black Boy got Chop Block. That's at like 800K. It's only in a week though.
Yeah, close to 9.
Like, and that's just in 1 week. And a couple of the artists that this is a couple, but you working with a lot. I just seen you working with KB Jizzle. That's one of my little brothers. And I was like, man, I was like, KB, he really trying to work. I was like, dang, he working with Red. But a couple artists under your catalog, Kevo Muney, which we already said, Black Boy JB, OG Boo Dirty, Lil Beezy, T-Top, and Lil Stunner. Those are the committee. Shout out the committee. Shout out Cocash. Crucial Clay, of course, and then Goldie Rebel. Also, my guy that's right here in the back, Alex Crouch, I'm working with him. Fat Wizard, Pay Pat, JC Guala, and also Chopper.
Yeah.
That's a good couple people on your catalog. You got any other names that that you can just think of from the top, like?
Kenny Money, Luke Money. It's really Kenji P. It's really off the top.
Do you and Kenny got some on the way?
I got a song with him and Luke Money trying to slam it.
I'm honestly waiting for Kenny to drop like badly, honestly. Like really waiting. One of my favorites from you right now recently, honestly has to be the one you did with Goldie Rebel and Crucial on that tape. That was so crazy. That's like one of my favorite songs on the tape. And then for you to snap on the beat, that was just ridiculous.
Yeah, that was the last song I recorded too.
For real?
So I barely made it on the tape.
Dang, that's like what, I think that song got a star like to this day on Apple Music. That's crazy, man.
That's crazy.
Getting into these questions, what's your process in the studio when you make the beat? I know I came to Track Nation one time using their cooking for Crucial. And I was like, bro, like, Red really needs to. I was actually doing an interview and I was like, I couldn't get the beat out of my head. I'm like, Red really needs to working. What is the process for you when you go into the studio?
Basically, like if I'm doing it on my own, I go off how I'm feeling or the vibes I'm around. But if I'm around somebody, I feed off their energy type stuff. Like when I'm cooking over Clay, like it's an instant click type shit. So if we click together, we gonna make hits together. So.
Do you usually work with your artists like that, like in person type thing, or is it just?
Majority of them, like me and Kevo do, me and Clay. It's a select few, Lil Beezy. So it's a select few I do it with, but I mainly cook up by myself type stuff.
Do you like that though? Do you like being around the artists while you cooking? Because like they can tell you like what they want. I think that's what Clay was doing. Like he was telling you like what he wanted to hear.
Like it's pros and cons to it, cause you got songs that's like they be on like some kind of bossy stuff, but like for the most part. But if we have an understanding like how I work and how like
they working.
Yeah.
I think both processes is kind of fun. Cause like some artists do want to know exactly what the producer cooking, and you know sometimes you just want to be by yourself and just kind of feed artists what you already made type thing. What's the most important part of working with artists that you work with?
Being able to listen, like, cause you got some people that don't like to listen. Then it's always about money. Like me, I ain't no money driven person type stuff. I do a lot of stuff for free, but understanding and listening probably the two biggest things.
What do you listen to the most? Like advice, or is it just what different artists like?
Basically what they want to hear. Like, cause I can put what I want on the beat all day. It could be like, nah, I don't like this, but if they sit beside me, nah, take that out, put this there, like I listen, cause it'll be we'll both have our input on the same beat.
Right, and it probably come out the way both of y'all want to get it, right?
And it'll be 10 times better.
Right. do you feel that you have a distinct sound? I feel as if people and artists can tell a real red beat right now, you know, from any other beat in Memphis. I feel like, because you got that smooth sound to me though. Even if it's a trap beat, it's like smooth.
Yeah, I really like. I started out playing music in church, so I took my sound out of church and put it into, you know, to the trap. I don't really do too much like trap beats like that.
You don't like the trap beats like that?
I like more like soulful stuff.
Right.
So.
And that Scared to Love Again, like that's the track I was talking about from Goldie and Crucial tape. That Scared to Love Again kind of got a church feel. Like it kind of do. It kind of got that church feel.
For sure.
Now, we already said you recently just hit $1 million with Kevo Muney and Dita Shooter. Shout out Dita Shooter, he did that. Now, how do you guys feel about that accomplishment? Because, of course, 1 million views is just like, that's just something. That's just a short accomplishment. That's not something y'all really, really want. But 1 million people watching y'all video and hearing your song, how do y'all feel about that? And how do y'all celebrate that?
Basically, we both called each other, like, when we hit $1 million, we proud of each other, and we just keep working. It's just a little small accomplishment. I ain't getting no plaque for it or nothing.
Right.
But it's more to come though.
Right, though hitting $1 million on YouTube is a small accomplishment, but it's like that's different from 1 million people. You don't even know 1 million people. You know what I'm saying? So it's like 1 million people hearing your music and your sound is ridiculous. Now, cause I kind of get this with you and Kevo Muney, but I once heard Zaytoven say that producers may need a specific artist to, you know, work with throughout their career, just so they both can rise at the same time, like he and Gucci did. Do you agree with that, or do you just think that working with as many people as possible is best?
Or you have like a select few. I got my go-to, like 3 to go to, like out the back if I need a song or if they need anything, I got them. But yeah, as long as if you got somebody you can go to and you can work with, like on your own. Y'all ain't gotta worry about no problems. Like you gonna run across problems. Like, I can get into it, but if you got your man to go to people, like you gonna be alright.
Now, can you tell us your go-to 3, or is that top secret?
Probably my go-to, probably Kevo, Clay, and Lil Beezy, Alex Cross, maybe 4. All of my photos for go to.
And Alex just dropped it. Was it 5 p.m. in LA? He just dropped it.
Yeah.
Y'all go listen to that too. Alex Cross just dropped. He's also an engineer, artist, working extremely hard coming out of the city.
We got an album, like a little tape on the way.
You and Alex do?
Yeah.
Oh my. Now I'm very anxious for that. Y'all go check. Is that 5 p.m. on there? On it?
Yeah, it's gonna be on there.
Okay.
We still in the works, but it's gonna be a crazy tape.
So yeah, I just heard that Real Red times Alex Cross coming out with a tape. It's coming soon. That's one of his artists. Now you said top 3. That was kind of top 4ish, but we're gonna let it slide.
I forgot it's a 4.
He slid Alex in there with shout out to Alex. That's cool. Now, what are some things you do want to accomplish throughout your career? Now, producers have different types of, you know, goals. Cause I mean, I would want to consider myself a producer, but the fact that my, you know, interviews and everything else kind of go before that. You know, I kind of give the back burner. What do you want to accomplish throughout your career?
Basically, you got to come with like plaques, and I don't be too worried about awards and stuff like that.
Right.
Like on down the road, I want to like this year I'm planning a back to school drive. I want to do stuff like that for the homies and just basically give back. Right. I like doing stuff like that. And basically, I want to be able to have my music like all over, like in big crowds, folks singing it back to me.
Right. Yeah. Folks knowing you. I feel that. The drive, I do want to talk about that. What made you want to do that? What made you want to get back to the community? Just some y'all want to do.
It's just in me.
Right.
Like I see my grandma, me growing up, I see my grandma doing all the time. Like it'd be time I want to eat. Like I wonder why I want to eat, but she'll make sure the homies eat type stuff. Like she always go to what you call it, nursing homes on like Mother's Day and Father's Day, do stuff like that on Christmas. Like it's just in me. Right. I grew up on it, so it's just something I want to do.
I think that's extremely positive for you. From the question I just asked, I can kind of tell where your career is going to go for you to respond with that right there, because I think giving back is where you start from getting. You know, once you give back, you start to get, and I think that's very important. I honestly do want to start doing stuff like that too. Because I seen DJ King did a drive like a couple months ago. I was like, man, like we do gotta start giving better opportunity for the city, period. Because it's. It's right. It's negativity and it's been poverty driven. So it's like we gotta get way more opportunity. I feel like, and shout out to you, shout out to King for doing stuff like that because, like I said, we need stuff like that. Now, what are some of your next ventures? Like you said, you got a tape coming with Alex. You said you about to work with Kenny. You about to do the drive. Anything else you got coming next? Besides, he almost had to cancel today because he was about to go work in LA, which I've been pretty much doing a lot. Though. Y'all been going back and forth to LA a good bit.
Yeah, for sure. I'm going shooting back out there soon. Then I got a couple tapes with like the executive produced by me, New Money, Lil Beezy. Me and Kevo Muney got an album in the works. It's really I'm just doing a lot of trips right now, just working on myself, basically.
Trying to get that sound out there. Do you feel like? Do you think that you would ever? Don't want to use the word change, but like evolve your sound. Do you think your sound will ever evolve into some? Or do you think that you would keep that consistency with the way you like the way you sound?
If it ain't broke, I ain't gonna fix it right now. Right now, it's working right now.
Right.
But I don't start doing a lot of different more genres and stuff like that. I don't start tapping into like gospel and.
Right. So you been producing gospel work?
Yeah, I've been working on some gospel stuff.
Man. So that just like brought you up for real, like. Yeah. So what's that? You said you work with Kendrick P. Yeah. That's R&B.
That's my cousin.
But there's still R&B, gospel, hip hop.
Got some country in the works too.
What I was kind of asking about the other question, like, if you really expand into different genres, that's a different type of producer. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of awesome. I mean, we seen Take Keep do it, because Take Keep really showed us his versatility. But it's like on some Mike Will.
Yeah.
Because I seen Mike Will go from some hard tracks, R&B to pop to slick on some. It was almost rock. Like I feel like Mike Will could even go to rock if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Like I really feel like he could. Now I got some rapid questions for you. You can answer them, short or elaborate however you want to answer. Because you already told me you like more slow beat, up tempo or down tempo for you.
Probably in between, like not too fast. I say down tempo.
Down tempo. Because you slick stick in the beginning.
Yeah.
Now for you this is different because you're a producer. So would you prefer if you and an artist did a joint project, a single, or EP, or an album?
I said album. Album got more meaning to it. Mm-hmm. Like where like an EP or a single is like we just put something together.
Right.
Album is like, we get down to it and doing a lot of different stuff that we usually do for a mixtape.
Right. Do you feel like EPs and singles are like set up for the album type thing?
Yeah, if you had the right promotion behind it and the right effort to put it out behind it, but for the most part, yeah.
Hip hop or R&B? That's
I say hip hop because that's what I'm into right now.
Right.
That's what my majority of is right now.
As a producer, how do you feel about the state of both of those genres? Like, do you feel like one is? I mean, of course, hip hop is taking like over right now.
Yeah.
Do you feel like kind of R&B is kind of on the lower? Like, it's not as big as it used to be.
Yeah, R&B kind of watered down.
Right.
Like I actually sat down and listened to some of the old stuff like the other day, like.
What, like 90s?
Yeah, like 90s. And man, it's watered down. Like back then, it was more of like you can feel a little different back then.
Exactly.
Like now it's like on some. I don't know how to explain it.
I can't explain R&B today either because I was talking to somebody I was actually talking to an aspiring singer and we were just talking about like where she thought her sound was gonna go. Yeah. And I kind of was just like, you can't really copy nobody these days because like nobody really just on their own thing. Like I was telling you, it's hard to really pinpoint the last R&B legend, like in our generation. Like we can't really pinpoint one besides like Chris Brown.
Yeah, cause Jacquees ain't it. Jacquees ain't it.
Hey,
I give Chris Brown his
yeah, definitely. Chris Brown is definitely my king of R&B for sure. For sure, he's definitely my king of R&B. Jacquees, he can be my little cousin in generation, but my king, I don't know.
Generation, ain't no cousin, man.
Yeah, trying to give Jacquees the benefit of the doubt because, like I said, I don't know. It's just I do feel like R&B watered down for sure.
Yeah.
Now this next question probably shouldn't even ask you because can't really ask you. Try to come up with another one because this my next one was feature or no feature, but you don't even you don't even record records, so it's like I don't want to let you go without a fourth question. Let me see. Oh, now I could ask you, have you ever used Logic?
That's what I started out on.
That's what you started out on?
I really started out on GarageBand and Logic. And I got a little partner who had DJ YC. I was teaching him how to make beats on FL. Like, he was like, man, I want to learn how to make beats. So I ended up teaching him what I was learning. So I ended up progressing faster than him on this. So
which one you prefer, the FL or the Logic? I
prefer FL. Like, it's more stuff you can do, like beat wise. But like, for far as like if you want to record and make a beat, I prefer Logic or Pro Tools. Yeah.
I use Logic, but I find it more difficult because, like you said, FL you can do way more. Yeah. But like I've had trouble with folks trying to teach me FL because majority of the time folks just dragging sounds and stuff, and it's like you can when somebody using FL. You know how fast they moving fast, like they moving real fast.
I move too fast.
Them like folks like when they use FL, like they move so fast. I'm like, you gotta kind of slow it down for me. But it's just like Logic is so much more, I don't know, in depth than what FL is to me. And I try to make beats organically, so it's like for me to start learning with the ear, I gotta you gotta really get in tune to that. Yeah. Do you do that by ear, like? Yeah, I
play by ear. Like I don't know.
You came out of church too, so it's kind of like.
So. It was kind of common for me. Like I don't know how to play a keyboard, but if you put a keyboard in front of me and ask me, can you play this? Like I can play it by ear.
What?
Yeah, for sure.
See, that's what I feel like I got to get to in order for my producing career to get to where I want to be.
You got it. If you know how to do all this, you got to ear for music. Basically.
Cause I want to learn. I love Logic, but it's like so many people using FL. Cause I feel like if me and you would have worked. Like you would be like, dang, you use FL or with like I would have to know, you know what I'm saying? We would have to be on the same page type thing. Do you feel like that when you work with other producers? Like do it come down to that? Like when you go to the studio, like both of y'all trying to work on the same software or trying to be on the same accord, or y'all be on two different chords?
What I do is like, cause majority of people that I work with, they use FL, but I try to train myself on a lot of different softwares like. Machine, Ableton. I just started learning Ableton with Mr. Trackboy. Ableton, I do Logic and GarageBand. And probably the next one I probably try to learn is I can't think of it off top, but I try to be versatile with the software. So if it come down to it, like if somebody else using this, I can adapt to it. But for the most part, most of the people I work with use FL.
That's how I feel like most of the producers will use FL. I'm gonna get on it sooner or later. I do want to thank you for pulling down on me because I know you're a busy guy. Like you said, you shouldn't make to LA. I truly appreciate you coming down, messing with me, rocking with me. Shout out everybody that was tuned in. Shout out everybody that's watching. Real Red, y'all. He got heat on the way. If you haven't, Kevo Muney just hit a meal. Black Boy times Chopper, almost to a meal. Real Red is working. Yeah, go check out that. And also that Alex Cross tape that he got coming on the way too. That's gonna be majority of you, right? Yeah, look out for Real Red. One of the hottest producers coming out of Memphis right now.
Have you ever just sit there and cry till you can't cry no more, yeah. Flashbacks in my head is some shit that I don't wanna see no more, yeah. I done took losses, I done took crosses, it's all part of the game. I got pictures in my head, shit that I can't frame up. People said I changed when I got a name.